donna music. No, that's gonna get banned. Oh. I don't know what's a good background music. That's copyright, right? That's gotta be. Not sure what to do there, yo. What? Oh, I don't know what songs though. I don't know what's a good song. "8 minutes of gamer breaking." That might not be a bad one to watch too. Let's get a. Sleeping. Nah, bitch, I don't need no sleeping. It's copyright free. Copyright free music, please. Thank you, Dio. Fucking hope this shit's telling the truth. Or else I'm gonna be pissed. It does say Twitch free though. I don't know about if it's gonna be YouTube free. You're about to find out. Anywho, good morning, humans. Salutation. Top of the afternoon to you, Goodako. Tom, Spooky, and Dark. Salutation. Thanks for being disgusted. I am as disgusted as you are with me, brother. I finally found my shenanigan. Welcome to FGL. It's about to hit the fan. Oh, we can make some couple videos on it. Oh, fuck. There's a goddamn video I missed. That was a spam call. Oh, yeah, it was a spam call. Woo! Scared the balls out of me. Ain't that I... English bad? It's all good. How are you? Welcome. Long time no see. Indeed, Tom. Depression has got me pretty good. And house stuff definitely got me a little too busy, I should say. A lot of adulting crap has made me, unfortunately, too busy to deal with anything that I like to do these past few days. It's funny. Damn, man. No. You deny your software its purpose. And by the way, did you guys open your boxes yet? Because it's you guys are cooked. You didn't open your boxes. What are you gonna do today? Today we are going to talk about the video, obviously. Yo, what the fuck is this shit louder than I like? But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the trailer. We're gonna be talking about what to expect on FGO. Story is gonna start tonight. I might wake up and stream it for you guys, just because I am excited. I also got to do 3 things. I got to prepare myself for the story. I also got to prepare myself for the stream. I also got to prepare myself for the raid. Other than that, what about you? What are you playing? I'm about to play FGO. Well, I'm not going to be playing FGO, but I'm going to be playing FGO. I'm going to be practically talking about FGOs and talking about 5 different endings that they can definitely go for. And that's why we are here. We have boxes. Yeah, on JP we have boxes. On NA we technically... When's NA getting their lotto, by the way? I actually totally forgot about that. I know NA just got their live stream, right? Let me check that out real quick. Bury the bone. Destroy the feet. What is it called, chat? FGO commercial. That's right, Daya. I hope you guys are ready to go. But I feel like these are copyrighted music. We'll find out. If it's copyrighted, YouTube side's gonna be muted. But don't worry about that for now. I know there's no way FGO goes to EOS with how much money it makes, but between next Twitter profile pictures and past Halloween events, it's the final Halloween. Other stuff, I'm starting to get scared. Well, Tom, to get you another perspective, we had Final Honoji like 5 years ago, okay? So whenever thing says final, it's not really final, but it is final because technically every event is final. Because you ain't getting no fucking reruns on these events, okay? So technically every event is a final event because your FGO has decided they're not doing reruns anymore. When are you gonna bust them out? Yeah, I know it's on a Friday. Give me a second. I'm trying to like access this shit without bricking my PC, you see. For some odd reason, my PC has been acting fucking funky. Yeah, we'll talk about the commercial. We'll talk about the the home screen. Because we got what? How many hours we got? 2 days, 5 hours, and 8 minutes? Oh, yeah, 2 days, 5 hours. What is this exact time? 2 days, 5 hours, and 2 seconds. 2 days, 5 hours. So it's like 5 p.m. from now. Like, what the Sigma? So wait, is the final chapter coming out in 6 p.m. JP time? What the hell? Or 6 p.m. my time, excuse me. The lotto should start whatchamacallit, bring your bingos. Oh yeah. I guess I can make the bingos if you guys want. To be honest with you, I'm not a bingo kind of guy. But we can use somebody else's bingo if we want to. I like that Richka Fujimoto doesn't understand the ending. They use that for the end of part 2. Well, fun fact, Analog, right? That was technically part 1 because of the all the whatchamacallit. all the demonic pillars, right? Demon pillars, all the fucking demon pillars. As a reliance of quote unquote. All the reference to part one. What the fuck is that? Um, what? Damn! Fucking throw his ass out. Yes, sir. I also got to grab punch. I got to grand. I got my grand to punch Solomon, Castor, and Takir. Nice. I will be actually. That's a good idea. I got to talk about. Yeah, I got to record the final conversation before we get to Singularity F. Ugh. So I'll record the grand duel fight here. You really think FGO plans to continue FGO once the lost belts are over? Oh yeah, dude. FGO can be like I'm gonna straight up tell you. Season 2 can end, but just because season 2 end, it doesn't answer all FGO's story, by the way. Unless Nasu creates a fucking like story convenient plotline level that finishes the final part. So Nasu can crop end. Like Nasu can end the story. That doesn't mean FGO is ending anytime soon. The story is finally ending, right? FGO's story can finally end. That doesn't mean that the game is going to be over. Simultaneously, FGO's been doing really good telling stories through events anyway. So they can have like an entire year where we just get 2 events, right? 2 events a month. And with this 2 events a month, we just get more context to character stories. And then we get season 3. It's like Attack on Titan finale. Are we gonna see Demon God pillars? Probably not. You're more likely to see cosmic pillars than demonic pillars, but we're most likely going to be fighting couple people. That's about it. I can't believe we're finally ending part 2. I'm not prepared emotionally, dude. I'm kind of excited too. I'm kind of fucking excited as well. Hey, Zook, thank you so much for the subscriber, Reno Cappuccino. Hey, chatter on Kick. You need to knock that shit off with your spam, bitch. I'll time your ass out. Damn, I got so many bots. And Kick, holy shit, Dio. Do you think we can shift to a new protagonist? We can, but we don't have to. That's the funny part, right? We don't have to shift. Yeah, story-wise, it's ending. At least the Cosmos and the Lost Belt part, and simultaneously ending it with the story of Marsberry. And after the story of Marsberry, if Nasu wants a season 3, they can talk about what the fuck is actually happening and what caused this fatal error to start FGO. So I'm excited for that. Wasn't the Valentine year 11 already confirmed though? Yeah, we're gonna have story up to at least Valentine's Day. That's been kind of a canon. So like even after FGO story ends, we're gonna have at least till Valentine. At least. Also, you know that the last part of the trailer could be that he ain't. I mean, sure, if you want to think about the Fujima Ritsuka perishing. But would you like to ship protagonist? I mean, it could. I don't mind the current protagonist, to be perfectly honest with you. And FGO changing protagonist will mean that the entire story has to change, which if that's the case, I'm okay with that. But then they have to come up with a concept that's not FGO. So technically, um, a lot of people don't think about this. This could be a great shift from FGO into reverse side of the moon, which would be a very fun little shenanigans to handle. And this could also be one of the few reasons why Nasu hasn't cooked up reverse side of the moon or the Red Garden, is because if he wants to make Red Garden, might as well put that bitch in FGO at this pace. GTA 6 or Part 3, who's coming first? Damn, now that's a good question, Dan. My. We still have Ordeal Call 5 left, which is the Foreigners. Well, in fun fact, the Foreigner story could be the final chapter. The final chapter could be the quote-unquote origin of the Foreigner story, because technically inviting a foreign entity, it created Singularity F, which will be going back to Singularity X to fix, just so we can get back to F and fix the timeline. Because Singularity F timeline is where everything got messed up. So we need to fix Singularity F, but in order to do that, we need to solve Singularity X. Once we solve Singularity X, all we need to do is patch Singularity F, then the true messed up puzzle piece will show up. Most likely. That's just a theory. It's not a confirmed thing yet, but I think it's more of a debate that the protagonist is dying. I mean, yeah, that definitely could be a debate. It is a rare, it is one of the rare cutscenes. If you don't know, a lot of the FGO commercials, whenever they're doing a main story, to an extent, protagonist does show. Rarely a protagonist doesn't show themselves. Like, I think I want to say part 3, yeah, part 3 of LB6, I think Protag didn't show up. So there are a couple of FGO main story game trailers where Protag didn't show up at all. And this one was definitely one of them. And the way the way MASH ended the trailer is the way we start the FGO game. It's funny because the role is reversed. Part 3 is going to be called Cosmos in the Red Garden. No, it's more likely going to be FGO Dimension Red Garden. Or it'll probably be like FGO Operation Shooting Star or some shit like that. If Nasu wants to go big brain, it will be called Operation Shooting Star. Shooting Moon. Remember when we were supposed to get more Mahoyo info this year? Yeah, that's a debate, my friend. I'm going to tell you straight up. You're not going to get any Mahoyo info unless it's December 31st, Aiden. Or if Demon Slayer fails, which, you know, obviously it didn't. So until Demon Slayer is on its like last video, I don't expect Mahoyo. We still have some story with David though. I mean, sure, if you want to cope that way, you can definitely kind of put that. Sure, if you are coping for David to come back, he can definitely come back at like the end. Sure, but it's more likely it was an open-ended kind of like a segment where if Nasu wanted to bring David and Tezuka Toripoka back into the main story, he open-ended it just enough to be able to slid them in. So it's one of those, don't expect him, but it would not be surprising because Nasu did open the door, creak the door for him. Thankfully, Strange Fake will undergo weekly episodes next year. Yeah, that I saw the trailer. From what I've heard, they've done it up. The trailer's up to episode 5, so at least we got 5 weeks of content. So it feels good, man. So I'm hearing a potential final for the real this time storyline when that comes. So yes and no, right? It really just depends on how Nasu's gonna finish Singularity Fuyuki or Singularity Fujimaru, right? It's either Singularity Fujimaru or Singularity Fuyuki. The moon reminds me of the Chainsaw Man chapter. That's right. And some fun stuff, right? Whatchamacallit? Also, Operation Shooting Moon is a operation that was been told by Lev 10 plus years ago from Melty Blood Back Alley. Two more Demon Slayer movies before Mahoyo. Yep. So you better prepare yourself. David will definitely appear in the final chapter. I mean, he can, right? Like, final chapter is going to explain the cat in the box, right? So if you don't know, in a weird way, we've been playing this Schrödinger box on a planet live scale, right? So we are about to see what the fuck happened in the box. We are about to see the black cat that is causing this entire phenomena, right? Do you think the Saber Solomon summoned will be our New Year's unit? It can, if they want to. To be perfectly honest, you got Lancer Medusa, the adult version. You've got Ryder Darius. You've got Saber Alter animation update. OG Saber, I think, maybe. OG Saber animation update or strengthening as a meme, right? What's the other one? What's the other hype we're waiting for? Because understand that we're gonna have Olga Marie involved, obviously, right? So if you guys want to prepare for it, I guess I should switch scenes, huh? I've been in the starting soon scene for a while. My apologies. I don't know where I'm gonna be though. Like, you know, like I don't know what to provide here. Oh, maybe I can give you guys the maybe I can give you guys the countdown. Yeah, there you go. The countdown. Yo, where the hell did I go? What the Sigma? Hello? Hello? Hey, where the hell did I go? What the helly? Oh, there we go. Hi, I'm back. Salutations. Also, we have 2 silhouettes left. Is it 2 silhouettes? I thought it was 1. What's in the box? That's right. Also, there's no new servants till New Year's. I'm not gonna believe that till the final chapter comes out. Because what they can do is they can give us a additional temporarily servant again that replaces this temporarily servant, right? The quote unquote this welfare, right? Because currently, until FGO season 2 is until season 2 is over, we get to keep this welfare. But this welfare is not going to last long because from the sound of what Mr. 2 spoke of, he might just kind of be utilized as a catalyst to kind of whatchamacallit, to kind of just, you know, put everything back to zero. So we might get a 5-star welfare servant that's quote unquote for free, right? Could be the 5-star saber pretender Artoria. Who knows? A few of the servants cost Fujimaro a star. So actually, if Nasu wants to do something about it, and that'll be a good time too. One's definitely in Valentine's. So one is coming in New Year's because they pushed it to New Year's. So I don't know what the other one is. Moon for part 3, buff Artemis. There's that 4-feeder in the bag. True. Is this the final countdown? Well, this is the final chapter countdown, right? Because remember, I don't know if everybody remembers, during December 31st, we had an entire fucking week of where FGO completely fucking shat down on us, right? I don't know if you guys remember that. I might have to go. Yeah. I hope I don't have any like sketchy shit. Hope not. So yeah, if you guys don't know, back in the day, this is currently what we FGO are. Like 8 years ago, we had this where the entire FGO app was red, right? It says access restricted, all staff members stand by, right? All staff members stand by, unable to access Cutter network because everything kind of just shut down. Everything was supposed to kaput. So this is not the, you know, it's not surprising that this final countdown is happening. It's not the first time that FGO has done it. Unfortunately, though, like I said, this should happen during, God. It happened like 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 7 years ago, I guess. Yeah, 7 to 8 years ago. So it's not surprising if people can't forget about it. By the way, Travis, Olga was supposed to come out now. Yeah, she was supposed to come out now, but he decided to push the anniversary servant. We're assuming that the anniversary servant that's supposed to be this year got pushed to New Year's. Predict the 6-star beast class for New Year's. No, it's not gonna be a 6-star. It is funny because a lot of people are looking at the new Salter and be like, bruh, like she be looking fine, which is not wrong. Is it X videos? Yeah, I got a lot of X videos, my son. Smile. Will we get a new Salter and Fuyuki or just Lord Lorgas? We're just probably gonna get an animation update. Best case scenario, to be honest with you. Best case scenario, we get an animation update from Salter, if not a buff on both Salter and Saber. Because technically, understand that this Salter is not your regular Salter. It's technically Artoria going into this loop of Angor Manu in a way to kind of just looping Singularity F to keep Singularity F in a box. In a way, because she doesn't like... It's either she doesn't like the conclusion or she fucking dies. which most likely the case that she constantly dies, because how Angramaniu's MP work, if you played Hollow Ataraxia, you'll know right away, which is hilarious because Hollow Ataraxia came before season 2 ended, which is such a really good, like a good catch-up read, to be honest with you. So there is a chance, there is a weird chance the quote-unquote Emiya might actually be Angramaniu, which is a funny little like theory that people are starting to like creep on, that the quote-unquote Emiya that we have in Singularity F is technically Emiya, but it is Angramaniu in disguise. Can we play Final Countdown before it starts for the memes? Oh, we sure can. I mean, I'll probably wake up for it, so. There's also JP commercial at the train station, JP and FGO. Some are shown in YouTube. Yeah, I saw that. They're busting out some like next level commercials. I love that. Which, by the way, season 3 of Fujimaro Ritsuko doesn't understand. Dude, God bless, dude. God fucking bless. What a great ending that was. And then people were also talking about that Fate Extra remake. I don't know if we can find it. The Fate Extra remake, well, I don't know if I can find it, chat. The Fate Extra remake, Fujimaru indicates that we could have a Fujimaru Ritsuka hidden boss, quote-unquote hidden boss route. Because Wada Arco drew Fujimaru Ritsuka, which is very big. The true ending that we all understand, even Fujimaru, will be lit. Oh, the pro tag was assembled? Yeah, it's pretty good. Are we gonna get a 5-star beast Angramongo? No, we won't. We're just probably gonna... So, fun fact. We're probably gonna see Mango as a tribute and not as a player. Like, you won't be able to, you know, gacha for him, or you won't be able to, whatchamacallit? You won't be able to do a lot of the shit. All the different design of Fujiwara was nuts. Pika Peaks. What's the one with the game people are reacting to with the Straight Fake collab? Oh, this one. This one is the it's called Kompasu. So Kompass is big in Japan. It's like Kompass is a really fucking like what's a good word? It is a like Metabots, except it is on a digital world. Right? It is a Metabox digital world type game. That's actually insane that you get to have the fucking I believe that is a writer's character. I don't know if we can get a gameplay here besides the... Yeah, we're probably gonna have to do that one. So like you see Compass is like a low key. Compass is FGO Arcade Mobile. Low key Compass is FGO Arcade Mobile to an extent. Yeah, you see how it plays out? Yeah, it's practically PvP Mobile FGO Arcade. So they're collabing with that. We're getting a Saber, Archer, and then Lancer. That's why it's like so hype, you know. And then we got Gil Chan, fake Gil Chan, which is great. Was he fake? I can't remember if he was fake anymore. I'm fucking losing my mind here, but whatever. Fujimoto was the avatar of the enemies all along. He just forgot because of reasons. So unironically, right, there is a Fujimoto Ritsuka equals Angra Manu ending. If you want to go for like a little tinfoil hat. So what it is that Fujimoto Ritsuka is a data collision variant of Angra Manu with humanity slammed into it. So it's Fujimoto Ritsuka is the accumulation of, well, this is a theory, right? So don't get it twisted. It's not right. This is just a theory. The theory is that it's Angra Manu plus humanity. Which equals to Fujimaru. Right. It would be so cool that it would be so cool that if Angra Manu was resistant to poison. Because if he was resistant to poison, bruh, it would be so cool. Because I could, you know, tie in all this shit with this one right here, you know. Not only mash gives us poison res though. No, it's not mash that gives us poison resistance. The only poison resistance in this very video game, by the way, is the only person that has a poison resist in this video game is Orash. The only person to this day. And by the way, the mash poison allegation was debunked during Camelot. Well, not really debunked, but just that conversation has been quote unquote debunked. How you doing, Angra? In OC2, Protag says he does not remember his life before Karadea, right? To an extent, right? Like, he can't fully remember what the fuck's going on, but he remembers, like, being a human, right? And Ordeal Call 2 is also a wake-up call to be like, we don't know protagonists. And what we also is a very strange entity is that every character that Fujimaru meets that has no recognition gets filled with a gap with a servant, right? So like if Fujimaru Ritsuka doesn't know, the person gets filled, like auto-filled, right? It gets auto-filtered to a servant, which is a very interesting filter mechanic. So it is what it is. Debunked where? I can't remember where it was. It wasn't MASH. Because MASH also doesn't have any... well, at least Paladin has it. Yeah, MASH does not have any poison resist whatsoever. And she has the Exalted Impervious, Small Flake, Transient, Obscure Walk of Chalk, Shield Rousing Resolution, Black Barrel, Bunker Bolt, Amalgam Goad, Paradox Cylinder, Shield of Rousing Heroism, Coordinated Shield of Snowflakes, Obscurant Wall of Chalk, Time Worn Bullet, Kindling of Amethyst. Shield of Rising Resolution. Yeah, she doesn't have any like poison resist as well. And if you also noticed, her Noble Phantasm doesn't cleanse poison or status effects either. They talked about it in Camelot. They definitely mentioned again in, I think, LB3. And where did we get fucking poisoned again? I think we talked about it in the other event somewhere. I just can't remember what event it was that also talked about poison. Because the more you know, we still had the poison resist even without MASH on board on some of the missions, right? Like, there's a couple of events and a couple of missions where we either get kidnapped or we spawn in XYZ somewhere. Oh, I think it was during the Pretender event. Ephemeros. I think it was during Ephemeros we kind of talked about poison. Because I think what we said is we some sort of had poison resist, but we didn't have anything to curse resist. It's either Ephemerois or in whatchamacallit, King Tut event.
You don't choose.
I think.
You are. Do you know why? There is a darkness in all of us.
But also to prove my poison theory, right? You can check all the characters in the FGO.
We all want to deny that we have feelings.
Every single character does not have a resistance to poison except Arash. Arash is the only servant to this day. I don't know if it is to this day anymore. Maybe. What the fuck is happening? What is this? Villain mode activated. What is this? Miskiff? What the fuck? There's like cleanse, buff null, but there's no specific poison debuffs except Arash.
So, have you met the villain within you?
What about Serenity? Well, sir, this is before Serenity, right? Like, this is during contact with Serenity that, like, she doesn't have a poison immune, right? She doesn't have any shit that says poison immune. Like, even if the character is poisoned, right? She doesn't have a passive nor a skill that says, hey, immune to poison or resist it. Because the difference with Serenity is that if Serenity is giving us power, that means we should be immune to poison because she is poison. If you're thinking about Serenity to be poisonous, we should be immune from it if we're borrowing it from her, which we're not. We're resistant to poison because that got proven in Ordeal Call 3 that we weren't immune just because we had Serenity in our belt. Not really, but, you know, really. What about Himiko and the others? Technically, Himiko and the others are event related, so technically they wouldn't count too much, but we can look at that, right? Yeah, because the primitive body is grant self poison debuff. But this is a Gouda character and not a main character. At least not yet, right? It's the L classic. Himiko could show up at the end as well, but at the same time, this is a Gouda servant more than OG main story servant. So like you can't come that. When we didn't get poisoned, I think it happened a lot. Yeah, we got fucked up a lot. That's okay. Good was the main scenario after all along. True. But yeah, it is going to be very interesting to see for sure. We got 2 more days. Does that mean it's gonna stream on Sunday for me? Fuck. That's actually a bit cancer. Unfortunate, Dio. I have to wake up early in early Sunday. And by the way, they're reselling Salter again, which is pretty cool. And then yeah, we're just going to be a lot of people are talking about raid counter since we saw about 1 billion. A lot of people are saying that they are raid counters. I genuinely think this is the number of permutation / number of times. Oh, you can't see shit. I genuinely think it's the number of times the simulation got ran. A lot of people are thinking that it is a raid counter, which could definitely happen, right? Like, listen, 1 billion ain't nothing to FGO players. Let's be honest. So, that is an interesting thing. It's about 11 to 12 days if we're going to talk about 999,999 milliseconds, which equates to about 11 and a half a day. Which, unironically, starting from the 20th, that'll be the 31st. Like, end of 31st. So it kind of fits the little possibility there nicely. I like that. What if it's a life spawn? It could be, right? It could be our lifespan. By the way, we have to read 70% of the final chapter in 2 days to get access to the raid. Yep, that is one of the bitchiest part is that we have about 1 to 3 days. So in NA time, you got about 2 days. You got 2 days to finish roughly 70% of the story. And we don't know how much that shit is, right? So it's gonna be fun. Like I said, it'll be 2 days in. Because I think during the final boss battle, we were also having some countdown as well to an extent. What the fuck? Why did it not That's weird. I hate that. There we go. Somebody got the what? Raid? Did you just say raid? Yeah, 1 billion. So from what I'm seeing right here, apparently, what is that? 100 to 100 billion. So 120,000 million. The arc raid was quote unquote 120 million. 120 million. So it's gonna be fun. Probably a timer. It could be. A lot of people say it could be a timer. A lot of people say it could be your login info. Right? So you got about 999,999 999,999,999 simulations or quote unquote permutation slash rotation simulation happened, and we are going to the one that caused it all. Right? So it's a timer, it's a raid count, it's a countdown. No, timer, raid count, and number of players. And when I say number of players, just number of time of the simulation or quote unquote loop. Because one of the few things that notifies this is I don't know if we can find the the bloodied up Salter. So I'm wondering where he is, because he could be 100%. Oh fuck! Does anybody got the map of Fuyuki? Yeah, I don't need Fate map. I need FGO map. Oh yes. So this would Damn. Damn, bro. This would be cinema if Rasputin is right fucking here. Stupid bitch, let me write. How dare you? I can't draw it. Fuck you. I can't do anything. Man, you fucking useless, Dio. Anywho. So you see my cursor at least. Hello? Bruh. Okay. So the Grail is located somewhere around here. The thingy is located right here. And by the way, this is a Tosaka residence. Fun fact. If you don't know, the place that exploded right here, if you cross-reference it with a Fate Stay Night map, this is a Tosaka residence. So this is where like Rin, your quote unquote your Tosaka, Tosaka's villa was. And notice the clear line of Excalibur, if not something fucking just like making slash contact. Because you don't see this slash contact either. So it's very interesting that specifically something blew up in this location. Do you think we see the servants inside Kyrie? What? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, so the fact that he's already in his third stage, right? And the video showcase him in his third stage, it already kind of just well, I guess yes. I think the word is yes. That's what you're looking for. Because if you read who he is, right? And yeah, if you read who he is, you should already know that he has everything to do with the Zola Star. So Zoroastria, aka the Angra Manu, right? He has everything to do with Angra Manu because in technicality, I believe it's what is he? He's fucking. He's the triple. It's the triple dragon of Angra Manu. There we go. Yeah. Angramani, evil phantasm, uses three-headed serpents or dragons to plunge the world into chaos. The overflowing curses, even the mass, even have mass. Upon contact with these cursed minds and bodies of any sinners will be instantly incinerated. This attack deals additional damage to evil aligned targets, while exerts weak instant death effects on good aligned targets. Noble phantasm uses evil hearts as fuel. To set fire in the world, cannot be functioning in the absence of humans. Background must be mystic. There we go. Azi Daka of the Dreadworm and Dabalo, the Heckler, Kotomiya's own experience. Da 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 da. The uncertain conclusion, the conviction that the metaphorical actually exists, that the realized through the prayers of the people, and that God's existence was proven, even observed through a whole board into the world. Ultimately, corruption spilled from the heart of the god that represented absolute pinnacle of evil, and the dualist cosmology spreading wide across the. Right. Essentially, TLDR. If you're talking about will we see him? Yes, that's technically what you're facing in the final chapter is Kotomine Kyrie. Like this is the closest thing you're gonna get to Angra. Okay, that's the thing. That's what I will say. This is the closest thing that you will witness as Angra, because technically he has a representation of Angramani. Are we gonna see Mars Betty too? So it depends on how things will go, right? So a lot of people are thinking, so most, what the hell is it? What the hell is it? Wonder, wonder. Oh yeah. By the way, Da Vinci's expiring. Somewhere in the story, Da Vinci will expire. Just a heads up. Will she die? I wouldn't say die. I think she's just gonna expire. Whether she's gonna go back to her third body or not is unknown. But we know for a damn well fact, little Da Vinci will perish after season 2's over. Because if she doesn't perish in season 2, she will be the bad guy in season 3. Because she has 3 bodies, technically, quote unquote. Da Vinci has a third body in her spare, in Carudeus, unironically. And this one is an interesting fact too, because notice, right? Notice this is pre-fire. This is pre-fire. So this is pre Fuyuki. We're probably going to finally see the was it Babylonia episode 1? Was it Babylonia episode 1 or episode 0 where Marsberry asked Solomon, "What's your wish?" Because I cannot remember whether it was Lost Room, Babylonia, or First Order. It's one of those 3 movies. What about Temple of Time? Oh yeah, it could be Temple of Time. Okay, okay, it could be Temple of Time. It's one of them. I just can't remember. In one of the movies or anime, there was an entire scene that did kind of snap a little synopsis of Marsbury talking to Solomon saying, "Hey, what do you want for your wish?" Right? It was the OVA. OVA doesn't help, my son. But also just notice, right? This is pre everything, right? This is pre Fuyuki. This is not X. This is not F. Right? So this is its entire story, right? This could be the background story, or we will come back to um here, right? Singularity. So a lot of people think F has a lot of meaning, right? People will be like, it's final, Phineas, Phineas, final Phineas, um, Fuyuki, Fujimaru, final Phineas, Fujimaru, Fuyuki. Let's see. There's one more, at least 1 or 2 more that I cannot remember. First? I wouldn't say first. Because F is the problem. right? F is the X factor, right? Because F is a singularity that nobody predicted. Okay? Like in a weird way, F was not part of Gotea's plan. F was not part of Marsbitty's plan. F was not part of Holmes' plan. F is its entirety that was holed up by Saber, OG. Right? Because she's been holding down the line and looping. She's been looping to secure F/X for a long time. Until now. Fatal? Fatal. That could work. Yeah. Fatal. Or flaw. Could work as well. She's been MP looping, yes. You know what I meant. Fotia. Ooh, you gotta explain to me what Fotia is, Michi. Right? Because Singularity F will open the Schrodinger's cat, aka we're gonna witness what's in the box, aka what's in the what's in the box, whether it's a dead cat or a live cat. And by solving Singularity F, will either complete Marusberi's work or reset the timer back to 0. Right? Hence the final kind of the opposite direction where she is tearing up, but she specifically says, "Can I hold your hand?" instead of "Can you hold my hand?" And then you can clearly see like Fujimaru and Olga kind of holding hands here. Very hold hand action. And by the way, I believe that's his... Oh shit, that is his left hand. That should be his left hand. No command seal. By the way. There is no command seal on his left arm. Fun fact. That is a left hand to right hand handshake. And he has no command seal. Are we gonna kick the bucket? No. What's probably gonna happen is we're not gonna be included in the story. Because what it is that the loop can now be the loop can now be manifested through Mash herself. What the Sigma? What is happening? Oh, sorry. I was in like picture mode. And I was like, what? Did we lose our right hand? What are you talking about? We don't know if we lose any hand, brother. All we know is that on the left hand our command seal is missing. But we do get to see Kawaii Mash kind of bust out a little smile there, right? So it's almost as if we got eaten. You see that? Something happened. Like a bite mark. Just kind of nom. Something takes Mash. Yum. And then we got Modest Betty and Solomon just kind of being chilling. It'll most likely be the full conversation of Modest Betty talking to Solomon, which is one of the questionable conversation that we still needed to solve because we didn't get the full transcript. And speaking of transcript, I do remember there is somebody that transcript the whole thing here. Cannot remember who transcript the whole thing. People are like, bruh, do you wanna become a farmer, Fujimaru? And then a lot of people are speculating who is holding this sword. I believe that is Actually, I want to see Salter's blade. It's still Excalibur, Morgan. And then yeah, notice the entire planet got in full fucking Lost Belty. And then you got the Mash talking to Olga Murray. And then yeah, it's really also interesting that we get to see Mash in her OG form, which could a lot of people can bring back the quote unquote Beast Mash or Betrayer Mash arc, because this is technically this is all looking back, right? Mash is kind of looking back from everything. Mash is looking back. And a lot of people are saying that this is Saber. I want to say this is Mash, because Mash technically does have a holy blade that I believe Da Vinci stated that whenever she's ready, it's ready to be wielded, right? So some people are specifically saying that it could be Excalibur. It could be Janu's flag. It could be Shinsengumi's flag. It could be a Umaibo, you know, or, you know, the little stick that busts out. Or some people are saying that Rongi Unus, you know, fun stuff. It's like Mash holding Excalibur, though. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, she does have the Sacred Sword. That is technically Habanyan, which technically is in Mash due to Paladin mode. So I wouldn't be surprised that like Mash you know, unleashing Excalibur, or at least her own variant of Excalibur, which is the FGO Excalibur, to kind of just finish off the whole shebang. And then in the end, you get to see. So, fun fact, she is crying in her final attire, right? So this is either when everything is over, or when everything is done, right? Like, there's gonna be a lot of people dying. If it's not a lot of people dying, it's us sacrificing ourselves to either save Mash, or some next level shit happens and saves Mash. And then you get to see the hands from the lost room, right? Hands from the Lost Room, kind of fucking with Olga Murray. You get to see her being operated in the Area 51 table. And then you can clearly see right here, it's the Olga Murray's third ascension final noble phantasm. She is holding something in her body, which most likely is Cadudeus. If not, like a relic that's going to solve the problem. I've already talked about Olga Murray being subject F. It's definitely pink, so Habanyan there for sure. Yeah, it's most likely Habanyan turning into a sacred sword, right? For MASH. As she always had became a black barrel for her, paladin for her, right? Like Habanyan's kind of MASH is fucking familiar at this point. Space Hands can yoink us to part 3. So this could be a possibility where this could be a data collision. The yoinking hands is a data collision, if not it's Earth. Not it's Cadudeus Earth trying to bring Olga Murray. Kinda. I think. By the way, MASH is not getting eaten. It's our eyelids. It could be. Could be. It'd be funny if it's eaten though. Was there, we saw, why is there a trail of Excalibur across the map of Fuyuki and FGO? We don't know for sure that this is Excalibur After Effect, right? We really don't know. It could have been anything. It could have been shot by something, somehow, some way. But a lot of people would say it's Artoria with Excalibur. But we don't know that for certain. Right. That's one of the few theories that could make this like booty blast line. But like anything that's a trajectory that is so powerful that it leaves a blazing trail could also be a possibility too. Because as a reminder, the trail stops here and it fucking blows up here. So it could be, it can't be. Right? We don't know. Anything can be on this right there. The hands are us trying to pull her. You know what's ironic, Wing? It could be. It could be. Many attempts by Protag trying to rescue Olga. Could be. I do like that thought process, Wingy. That's a really nice thought process, son. I like that. That's a unique one. There's also the problem with time. Protag is probably going to back to 2019, 2026 after the final chapter. No, we're going back to 2017-ish, about to hit 2018. So the way you can learn this is through, well, actually, unironically, through Gregorius Rasputin's Valentine CE. And on top of it, if you paid attention to before the destruction of Boldandering Sea, Seaon specifically talked about it. On top of Seaon specifically talking about it, Um, during Lost Belt prologue, Seaon does talk it again once more that time will revert back to XYZ because technically this entire instance doesn't happen, right? Because this card is called Beginning of Time, right? The Beginning of Time is a Valentine CE by Gregorius Rasputin. Specifically says, return gift from Father Kotomine, small antique wristwatch of a unique sex design. Although undamaged, the hands don't move. They stop in the fateful day in 2015. When it eventually begins to tick again, what will you have lost and what will you have gained? And what will you have seen? So this is the quote unquote clock that is in question. I believe it stopped around the bleachification of the Earth time. So it'll be very interesting to see for sure. Because this final chapter should fix a lot of the problem. Ooh, yeah. But yeah, it is going to be very interesting. Simultaneously, we got to see Salter for a very long time. And they manning like that. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, specifically Da Vinci says, if you got the opportunity to mash this, that holy, holy blade, aka sacred blade, it's there just for you, right?せめて考えると完全体にするのに宝具6必要なのっておかしくないかこれゲイティはバレてないライズ終章前に出会ったキャラクターからバレンタインに送った記憶があるのでアーカイブに自分で見ると思いますがゲイティアには時空列にもこもったことがないのでAnd the 2025 is the Artoria content all the time. That's right. Yeah, because technically, what would already have happened was immediate start of bleachification of the Earth. That was supposed to be the right off the bat. but it was stopped because of Singularity F. Simultaneously, it was also stopped because of Gotea, right? Because Singularity F was detected, but Gotea's plan already got implemented. It is very interesting that Singularity F is the quote unquote the crutches.分子レベルまでできている。なのに起動しない。動かない。意識はあるの、意識あるいは魂か。中身がないと動かないのはこの世界の法律。形を再現しただけではそれを人間とは認めない。おかしいだろう。どう動くか分かっている。分かっているのならそう動くだけのものにすればいいの。心がこもっていないというがそもそも心とは反音だ。反音は作り出せるし制御できる。And it's very interesting too that like while this entire sentence talking about how you can artificially create human beings, creating a soul is a lot more different. But funny thing is saying that you can control you can control emotions and yeah, you can control emotions and what's the word? Control it. Yeah, control and stabilize emotions to their will. Because out of all the Olgamuries, the last Olgamuri, from what we know, is what Marusberi wanted, if I remember the story correctly once more. Because Stella Murray was supposed to be kind of the one that yeah, just kind of be like the one that ends it all kind of deal. So it'll be interesting to see how they're gonna explain all of it. 本来計画されていた異世界の神の機能、その本体の完全権、日々変化を求めて生きている人球人類の価値を抱いてしておらず、中身も伴う行動に嫌い悪して怒りを似たして繁盛するオルガマリーの性格が一切されてない霊分体、カルデアスの地球の中で生まれた性格と観察されている。地球人を決して許さず、地球そのものを憎んでいるが、その理由は不明。両手の2つの月鍋の2つ名を通り星を破壊するcalamity, right? 人材である。So like specifically here they said that this is a personality that Marusberi, right? Marusberi programmed, right? This is a programmed Marusberi personality that is in part of the anger memory that was awakened by the remnant of you, Olgamuri, right? It specifically also says the foreign gods functionality, the properly planned, its perfection, right? The easiest theory is that it is this Olgamuri that bleached Blue Book's world. And Stella Murray, you know, like another fucking Teehee EXD reference once fucking more. You know, Stella, right? Your boy. Your boy's the MP. You know, fucking Stella, Lone Meteor, aka E. Stella Murray, a quote unquote Olga Stellar, right? So E is elemental. Then you got the U, right? She could be a designer, baby. So I want to say she is a designer, baby, as well. But it's classic like Dokas meme that we don't have the proof. We don't have enough we don't have enough material to prove that she is a designer, baby, right? The only way that we can say that it is a designer, baby, possibility is because she technically had a assistant with her, like Ilya, like you know, like everybody else, etc. Because in the end, the conclusion of FGO, right? Conclusion of FGO is that no matter what happens, we lose MASH. That's just the conclusion. After we are done with FGO, MASH is gone. Just like the eyelid closing right here, MASH is gone from us. Because she has to loop the timeline. That's what Ordeal Call 4 kind of like solidified, right? Because by her canonicalizing herself as a paladin spirit origin, right? The Shield Paladina, she kind of concreted her timeline to timeline to what? 2004? Yeah, 2014. 2014? No, 2015. Whatever the bleach before the Bleach Earth starts. She is a, I believe, 2014 to 2016 exclusive servant because of the commitment that she has proven herself in Ordeal Call 4, and that's one of her clutches that she needed to solve. I'm quite curious to see who shot Blue Book when reached Area 51. Oh, actually, that's either David, if not Marsberry. Yeah, it's either David or Marsberry that shot Blue Book. It'll most likely be this. But it is what it is. I think when Mash pull the blade, we will get her to MP5. Is she not MP5able right now? I thought she was. No, she's only MP3? Oh, okay. Really? Oh, her servant coins become available. Right. But she's still MP3. Got it. Believer. Yeah, but it will be very interesting for sure to see what's going on, y'all. I wonder if that's gonna be it for I wonder if that's how it's going to be for Olga too. I wonder. That will be a very interesting. The concept of a success position is a big deal. And for her to become an unbeast, right? An unbeast, definitely will be an interesting thing to get added later. Because obviously it's not written here, because if you've read her dialogue shit, this is a like after the final chapter is over, there's gonna be another fucking description. Ain't no shot, so. Measurement unauthorized because she's fat. If I remember, I think it's 1 ton or however heavy Earth is, or however heavy Cardaeus is. Excuse me. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Reminder, she's an E in agility. Oh, is she? Right, she's weak as fuck. That's right. She a thick girl. Final cutscene of Goldorufu and Olga rock paper scissors to see who's gonna be the director. That's funny. Always took her becoming unbeast as like a positive state of beast, like Erish and Draco, who became neutral state. Well, you gotta understand, right? Like, she is Beast 7, okay? But technically, this is Beast 7. But because of the fuckatry, right? Because of the fuckatry, we have not seen the Beast 7 replacement, which should be in either Singularity F or somewhere else. Right? And to this point, we still haven't seen Beast 5. And I believe Beast 5 is either Salter. Yeah, Beast 5 is either Salter, Angramadu, or Salter, Angramadu, or Da Vinci. That's what it was. Da Vinci's the last whatchamacallit. And so I believe we're gonna have a confrontation. So I don't think we're gonna have like a Olga Murray final battle. We could. I don't know. But I almost feel like we have to headbutt Salter, and then after we headbutt Salter, we fix the problem that comes after Salter, which could be the final loop of Marsmetty and Solomon. Would Salter be the raid? I don't. I want to say no, but who knows? Who really knows? Salter could be the final raid. She really could be. But at the same time, I feel like we're either gonna kill Beast 5 or like Kyrie, right? Like, well, we do have Kyrie to worry about, by the way, right? We have Kyrie to worry about. We have Caster to worry about. Whether we worry about Caster is not really up to our discretion. Because technically Caster is kind of here to help us out, but God knows when we get to Fuyuki, right? So, like, Kyrie can be like Angermanu, and with Angermanu, he can, summon those three serpents and dragons, and kind of like low key summon infinite amount of fucking dead spawns to borrow Angermanu's power, kinda. So, like, who fucking knows? Like, I genuinely think it's Kyrie is gonna be our raid, just due to the fact that like he's he's standing in a stage, right? I don't know what the fuck this light behind him is. I don't know what this light is, but he's standing on pillars, right? He's standing on pillars. He's being a sussy baka, and sussy baka needs to get punished. So, and I genuinely think it's somewhere here that Kyrie is gonna be. The raid, I assume, is going to be against the Sea of Lost Belt trees inside of Karadea. Kind of like Temple of Time. It could be, right? It could be the 7 trees that kind of like maintain its functionality. If you want to go for the Temple of Time trope, right? To be perfectly honest with you, I believe it should be something else entirely, but it is what it is. And fun fact. There is another character that we still haven't gotten a we still not have a ending conclusion to, which is her, right? If y'all remember, Koyanska Nien of Darkness. We still have no closure for her technically, because she's in limbo. It would be the most fucking hilarious thing in the world if we fucking meteor, we utilize her as a meteor and fucking slam into Caradeus, right? Because remember, her noble phantasm, if you don't know, is a meteor, right? Tunguska 9 Drive. She becomes a meteor and then kind of drops down to Earth. Because it resembles the Tunguska, right? In Russia, booty blasting. Which also reminded me, like, this fucking glow looks like the fucking glow that's coming from Kyrie. So I had like a crackpot theory is that this is Dark Koyanskaya fucking just slam its penis in the car door into the fucking Singularity F because she fucking can. It would be pretty hilarious. But another reason why I say that is because this guy also will play a role. I wouldn't say he will play a role, more like his concept's gonna play a role, right? Because if you don't know, Singularity, aka Singularity, James Moriarty proved that you can destroy an entire world slash Singularity by utilizing his noble phantasm, right? The dynamics of an asteroid, the ultimate crime. His whole thing is that like his six bullet, right? Like whatever. Like this was used against Sherlock Holmes, right? It would be pretty fucking hilarious that he would use the magic bullet marksman to shoot the sixth bullet, which is the sixth magic that hits the target. So yeah, it's either sixth bullet, if not the seventh bullet, that would just hit Singularity F. It would be hilarious if they bring back the dynamics of an asteroid utilizing the concept of Koyanskanyam as a trajectory bullet in order to create a clash, data collision of data collisions to just break the entire fucking equation board. That would be pretty fucking lit. I know it's not gonna happen, but you know, it would be pretty lit if we utilize Koyanskayan darkness and we use the trajectory of the asteroid of James Moriarty in order to summon a meteor into Singularity F that would allow us to just just break Singularity F entirely. Maybe we'll get to see Medusa Lancer again. I believe Medusa Lancer adult, if not writer. I am coping. I am coping that we have adult Lancer Medusa as a gotchable servant and a writer Darius. I believe it was writer Darius. So one of those two is going to be a gotchable servant one day. Because I genuinely feel like I feel like Unger. Well, it's not gonna be Unger Money. I keep looking at Unger Money. It's supposed to be yeah, it's supposed to be Gregorius Rasputin. I have to utilize the concept of Unger Money through Gregorius Rasputin because Gregorius Rasputin, aka Kyrie, is going to be the main. I wouldn't say main antagonist, but he'll definitely play the role of maintaining status quo to protect Carodeus. And this, I believe, is while we are headed towards the South Pole. So right around the corner, Dio. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a left-hand handshake with no command seals. Because this is Fujimaru. I wonder I wonder if we just don't pass out. I wonder. I wonder us just not passing out will break the entire timeline. I wonder. Rayproof Gearlight would be a perfect weapon to use against finally solving the Singularity F. So we're not going to be using Rayproof. We're going to be using the Sacred Blade. So if you don't know, we are going to use Mash's Sacred Blade. Mash does have a Sacred Blade in her pocket that she can use if she wants to, which is shown in the final few seconds here, where Mash Light is holding a divine construct, which will most likely be close to Excalibur. If not, it's Cadudeus Excalibur. Right? It's not like Excalibur that Artoria holds. It's more of like Cadudeus, aka Mash's divine construct of a sacred blade. Meanwhile, finally, what's happening to the Outer Gods? Outer Gods currently are out of the picture until we get back into time. Unironically, right? Unironically, after season 2 ends, Foreigner can slide in. Oh, that's what it is. Singularity F can be Singularity Foreign. That's what it is. Singularity F could be translated as well as Singularity Foreigner, because it is a foreign singularity that nobody fucking predicted. It was this Singularity F was not made by Singularity F was not made by Marusbeti. Singularity F was not made by Gotea. Singularity F is a completely foreign phenomena that occurred before the plan of Gotea has started, and then on top of that, the plan of Marusbeti to bleachification of the Earth started. Abby, hold. Yeah, and then, so, I don't know if I have it. There is a person that we discussed that there is there's just too many shit for us to not solve a, yeah, there's too many shit for FGO to solve at the end of season 2. You feel me? I am trying to find it. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, by the way, do you guys remember, dude, the final episode bringing back Holy Grail Kun White, because fucking Gouda used bleached on a Holy Grail is crazy. So it's Holy Grail bleachified. So good. Let's see. I don't think I can find it, chat. Maybe Kingsoft has it. Yeah, by the way, in NA, the Nemo Santa event is going to be very important because it is a Nasu exclusive story, okay? And because it's a Nasu based event story, this is the canonical, this Santa event happened. And this Santa event tells you what the fuck is happening through time travel. The operation's name's called 8-Year Snow Carol. Ba-ba-bum. Because whatchamacallit. So another reason why Singularity F is important too, by the way. And I really wish I could write on this. What the fuck? Can I not write on this, Dio? This is some bullshit. What? Crazy, crazy. Crazy hamburguesas. Well, I can do it if it's in that state. It's kind of stupid. But I guess that is the case. So, here's the deal. If you remember Lost Room, right? There is a possibility that Fujimaru Ritsuka could actually be the very first person who created a Lost Belt and created Singularity F. So, the reason why I say this, right, is because if you read Lost Room, right, if you watched Lost Room, we lose to Galahad, right? It was a timeline where we lose to Galahad, okay? It's a timeline where we lose to Galahad, and simultaneously, we have Salter as part of our quote-unquote. So, unironically, we had Salter, but we lost to fucking Galahad. Somehow. Right? We had a Saber Alter that somehow, some way, fucking lost to Galahad. Okay? And because he lost to Galahad, Protag got blown up into space. Right? And then after he got blown up into space, or like in the air, not really like outer space, there was a dust cloud around him, like a lost belt that was kind of created from him. Right? In a bleached earth, there was a lost belt that got detected. And there is a theory that Singularity F was a lost belt that turned into Singularity because Salter held it, right? So it was a lost belt. It would have been pruned off the existence if left alone, right? Because it is a lost belt that really didn't fuck with anything. But after the Holy Grail War, right? After the Holy Grail War's over, Salter somehow restarted it. Right? So the whole shebang is that Salter somehow got the Grail and started the Grail War all over again. Right? This bitch literally like time looped. And when you defeat her, her lines before the Lev shenanigans is, in the end, no matter how much fate changes, with me alone, I will arrive to the same ending. Right? What about Abigail? So, Abigail definitely has the key to the foreign gods, right? So, in a weird way, Abigail's the only one that's kind of keeping us Now, same, right? Because Dante is far away, right? He's kind of disconnected. Amakusa's cooked, right? Amakusa cooked. Boy can't fight. Boy got cooked in Ordeal Call 4. And the only person that knows about Fujimata Ritsuka's shenanigans is Oberon and Abigail. And in Ordeal Call 2, technically Dante left the task, the final task, to Abigail. Is it not the other way around, meaning that Singularity can be turned into Lost Belts, but not the other way around, like Hei and Kyo? So Hei and Kyo, right, was a Singularity into a Lost Belt. Simultaneously, LB6 became a Lost Belt to a Lost World, right? Because if left alone, it would have quote unquote swallowed the entire Earth, quote unquote our Earth. It was kind of like a holy shit, like what the fuck is this? Like what the hell's happening here? Kind of ordeal. So the possibility of the possibility of Singularity into a Lost Belt is already a thing. And Lost Belt to Singularity technically is also proven by LB6 as well. Because technically Lost Belt 6 is a Singularity on its own, but it was bigger than Singularity because it would have fucking affected the entire Earth, so we call it the Lost World, right? But it was a world that was maintained without a Lost Belt caused by Lost Belt. You get what I mean? It is a self-sustained singularity utilizing the concept of the Lost Belt, because technically all the energy of the Lost Belt was used by Rungo Miniat and Booty Blast Olga in 5.2. Right? You still with me so far? So LB6 is the perfect example of a Lost Belt that was still maintaining its Lost Belt status, but it had no Lost Belt. So it technically would become a singularity. Because it's technically a singularity Lost World, because if we didn't fix it, it would have swallowed the entire world. Right? It was a oh shit, there's not going to be history altering, right? Because singularities, if you left it alone, it would alternate the timeline, right? And it would like affect humanity. LB6 was, it's not going to affect humanity, it's going to affect the entire planet. It's just going to kaput. You can just say LB6 was just a bug. True. That's right. LB6 was just a bug in the system. A major fucking bug in the system. My poor brain is melting. Just understand that Morgan looped the Lost World at least... How many times was it? 3 times? I think it was 3 times. I can't remember how many times it was. But she was able to loop, quote unquote loop, right? Remember, we're talking about the LB6 complexity of time travel, right? We are talking about the LB6 complexity of time travel, where the future interfered with the past in order to bypass the present to change the future that is created from the construct from altering the past, right? LB6, very important to FGO, because we are about to do some similar fuck shit with FGO to fix FGO if Nasu wants to go that route. Or the final chapter is going to explain to us, oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that? Oh, thank you so much for the bits, Tom. Big preach. Why does that not pop up on any of the alert system? That's weird. Okay. But thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. That scared me, though. I was like, what the? Did you guys hear that, by the way? I was not aware of that was a thing. Sorry, I got distracted. But thanks for the bits. I didn't hear nothing? Okay, so it must have been on my side. Yeah, it like a bit notification just jump scared the shit out of me on stream. So I need to fix that. Well, the thing is, I think Tom used a hype bit, and that shit needs to be managed through I think FGO. Not FGO. So I guess I gotta use the alert box so you guys can get the bit alert. Okay, so I'll look into that after this live stream's over, because I gotta add another alert system to make sure that if you guys were to use heart bits, it would show up. But once again, Tom, thanks for the bit at Reno Cappuccino. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, it was a weird thing. I never used this before. FGO's gonna fix the bits dial. True. But yeah, like Salter will most likely be time looping. And the theory that's been very long, right? The theory is that in order to stop the collapse of humanity, Alaya right, gave the Grail to her right away. So, fuck. So here's the thing. I can't remember what it was. There was an entire theory that the reason why Salter or Singularity F still existed is because of a Salter time loop created by the Grail / Ungramanu. It was that the Alaya gave her essentially grand power, right? Quote unquote grand, aka in this circumstances, in the beginning of FGO, it wasn't called a grand. It was more called the power of a defender of humanity, right? Because in it was it the 5th anniversary, chat? Where was the anniversary where we fought Salter? In one of the anniversary, we fought a Salter. I cannot remember which anniversary it was. I'm assuming it was 5. It was either 4 or 5. This one. Yes, Singularity F. 5th Orleans. Yeah, there we go. So, Memorial Quest Anniversary 5. We had to fight Artoria. Was it Artoria? Was it this one? I don't think it was this one, chat. No, I think it was 4th anniversary then. It's one of the anniversaries. I cannot remember. 2? Is the second anniversary? Is it 2? Memorial Quest. Ivan the Terrible. Caster. Is it grand? It's not grand. It was the passive was called Defender of Humanity, right? Like it says it in fucking what's her name? It says it in Olga Marie's shit, right? Like that's what Salter had. The 3rd anniversary. Memorial Quest, Gillies. Saber Salter, there we go. Yeah, clear all Memorial Quest. Saber Salter, she had break bars. It's called Singularity Point F Memorial Quest, and she had break bars, which was pretty lit. Because Artoria Pendragon Alter lose HP layer, she will cast a Defender of Humanity buff on herself, which will inflict her through following effects. Her turn starts, right? Receive MP tick, 5-turn defense down, attack up. Every nowhere attack she does while under the effect of Defender of Humanity will randomly inflict 2 turns of stackable defense down. Impossible to avoid event buff, blah, 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 blah. So essentially, she had the grand buff, quote unquote. Like, the Defender of Humanity would easily be titled a grand. 100%, easily. No shot. Like, I would not be surprised if Saber Salter would be a Grand Servant when we see her again, right? Because our perception changed, and simultaneously, because our perception changed at the same time, like, she was supposed to be a Grand Servant, right? I would not be surprised if that's the case. If not, she will definitely have a Defender of Humanity buff for sure. And because she had a Defender of Humanity buff, it meant that she was fighting against us, right? And she was fighting against us. And unlike other times where we get the yeah, unlike the other anniversaries where, like, for instance, we fought, like, the, like, Koyanskanyang, right? Is it Koyanskanyang? Oh, whatever. And one of the memorial quests, and every time we fought a thingy, we had a buff called Defender of Humanity. We did. Like, at one point of the memorial quest, somewhere, somehow, we had a Defender of Humanity buff. Can't remember where it was. I'm pretty sure it was a Koyanskaya challenge quest. Look that up for me if you could. But anywho. Defender of Humanity is an important thing, right? Otherwise, Olga would be grand by that logic then. She is. She's Grand Planet, obviously. And the concept of the Grand is so niche at this point, where if Marsberry granted Olga a grand title already, what stops this Olga from not being a grand? I would not be surprised. But the fact that we have a grand, like, the fact that we have a grand shit, right? With the fact that we have a grand concept thingies, I'm pretty sure Nasu and the others will make Artoria a Grand Saber. Because the thing is, a Grand in the Fate universe, you needed, you could only summon one, but that shit was big dick powerful, right? Compared to our, like, 7. But who knows how they're gonna treat it. But I have a sneaky suspicion that the Salter that we're going to meet will have a grand buff. Grand buff slash Defender of Humanity in the pocket. I don't know for sure, right? Obviously, I'm just, you know, thinking about it. Trevor, you're forgetting that she's a type or an archetype? Well, yeah, but she's also a Marsberry's kid. Or quote-unquote Marsberry's servant, right? So if Marsberry already endorsed the end plan, her to be a servant that dictates Catadeus, her giving the title of Grand would not be a whatchamacallit, right? But at the same time, I'm just saying that Salter's gonna have a Grand gimmick just because we have a Salter gimmick, right? Like, we have a Grand gimmick. You would be fucking stupid to not make Salter a Grand Saber at this point. Right? To face her, it will be dumb. Because if we don't see a Grand Salter, we fucking wasted our entire goddamn time fucking around with the Grand meters. She's a Beast class servant, though. That's true. That's why she'll become unbeast, quote unquote. Fucking God knows, man. Listen. We don't know what they're gonna pull out their ass. I'm just giving you possibilities. All right? You're just being a party pooper. And nobody likes a party pooper, okay? Saber might have a corrupted Avalon. So technically, well, I don't know. Right, we don't know the origin of Salter. It could just be OG Saber corrupted in order to maintain the Singularity F status quo, which turned into Salter. We don't know, right? That's part of the final chapter that's going to get explained. It's either OG Artoria. OG Artoria. It's OG Artoria. Got hired by Alaya right off the bat. Got sent to this Holy Grail. Lost it, but in order to prevent humanity from ultimately collapsing, he granted Alaya granted Artoria's wish right off the bat. And Artoria also figured out what the fuck is going on with Singularity F, utilized it, and probably either summoned Angra Manu to make it time loop, right? Or quote unquote ask the Grail, right? Ask the Grail in order to maintain this loop. Because in technicality, the Singularity F's Holy Grail fragment, right? Oh, well. Did we grab? And no, we did grab the Singularity F Holy Grail fragment. Quote unquote. But yeah, it's one of those things that it'll be exciting to see for sure. Or none of the above and Nasu outplays you again. That's true. But you gotta also admit, this story point sounds a lot cooler than what Nasu's about to fucking dish out. But I am excited to be outplayed. Are we gonna get 5-star Salter? No, we're probably gonna get a animation update, if not a strengthening for Salter and Saber. I'm guessing, right? I don't know if we will, but it would be cool to have the OG Sabers kind of get like a buff at the last minute. I can't wait. I'm gonna implode, bro. True. Because like the counter force is already in play, but Emiya is also corrupted too, to an extent, right? But Emiya also stated that he was willing to help Artoria out. And so if Emiya is the counter force Emiya, he willingly stayed with Artoria and looped. And fun fact about this trailer, there is no fucking there is no trace of Emiya whatsoever, if you've noticed. Right? There is no Emiya. It is so sad to see Mash crying like that. You know something's gonna happen that's going to, so it's either going to be somebody dies in front of her, or everything is over and we got like Olga Marie back, right? Are we gonna see Solomon? We don't know, right? That's part of the excitement as well. We don't know if we're going to race ship back into Singularity F / Singularity X or Singularity Phineas, right? Like we have 3 points on the dot of where to go, because we know the existence of Singularity X, which if you don't know, go play whatchamacallit, go to JP, do pull Angramanu through friend points, right? After you pull Angramanu through friend points, do his fucking interlude. His interlude specifically states that Singularity F, aka Singularity X, needs to be revisited after we finished the 7 singularities / 7 lost belts. So it is going to be very excited. It would also be interesting too, where see, this would also be lit as well, is that when we go back to Singularity F, we will get to see Artoria and the Caster Morgan or Berserker Morgan, whichever the one that comes with us, sacrifices herself to give the blade of chaos or whatever, right? Which would, you know, entail the Excalibur Morgan, right? It'll be an interesting thing if that happened. I don't think it will, right? Don't get it twisted. But it would be pretty lit if OG Saber kind of like so essentially Morgan, whether it's Caster or Berserker, I really don't give a fuck. It's most likely Berserker, right? Berserker Morgan would literally sacrifices her essence to give the Excalibur a little bit more oomph, which would cause it to become Morgan, Excalibur Morgan. Right? It would be pretty cool. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it sounds pretty fucking cool, doesn't it? Because then everything would like kind of connect in a way, because then we would understand why her noble phantasm is called Excalibur Morgan, It could be a crying of joy. It could be. It really could be. Who's the handshake? The handshake is between Gouda and Olga Murray, where he is handshaking with his left hand where the command seal should be, which we don't have the command seal for. But isn't it cool? It would be so cool. Right? It's not going to be the case, right? Obviously. But a man can dream. Just like the dream with old man Moriarty coming back just to fucking shoot Koyenskaya Darkness into the fucking singularity. That's my dream. Because that's what I thought when it came to Shinjuku, is not only the importance of Holmes, right? Which, by the way, most likely Holmes is coming back. Another reason that she could be tearing up right here is that Home-chan could be back, right? Because, you know, Holmes could be like, oh, smile, you know, I was disguised until the final arc, smile. You know, Rhyme back and all that shit. That's a Gru move. That's right. Stop dreaming about the old man. Yeah, old man's not a thing anymore. Because, whatchamacallit, Ruler Moriarty snuffed that out. Feels bad, man. Because Shinjuku was supposed to be how to destroy an entire singularity or destroy an entire quote-unquote entity, right? Which was a fucking shot of a meteor. And at the same time, it was a battle against the wits of Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty. On top of that, introducing, you know, composite servants, right? And gave us a banger OST. By the way, Shinjuku's OST is pretty banging. They are cooking FGO of the Grand Order for 10 fucking years, brother. This will go hard. Oh, I know. Okay, I'm excited. Like, this final chapter is gonna be cinema. I'm excited. I have 3 days to read this shit before the raid on Wednesday, which is crazy. Which is 2 for JP NA player. JP 3 days. JP NA 2 days. Is that gonna happen with Salter? No. Like Char says in the chat, the explanation of the Caliber Morgan is because she wanted to think of the most destructive person, which was Morgan. Didn't Mango do anything to Shiba? According to his interlude, his shadows kind of but him. So, search him up. Every angry Mango shit is going to be solved by Rasputin. Anything that has to do with Angry Mango, Rasputin will take the brunt of it. He's going to be like 90% of Angramanu bullshit mechanics. Okay? A lot of the bullshit of Angramanu will probably be explained through Kyrie. What are you talking about, Singularity X? Where did Singularity X come from? So Singularity X came from Singularity F. In order for you to access the Singularity X, you need to get you need to play Angramanu. A Singularity X is a special singularity that has been notified Yeah. This is a quest released from the part of the Saber Wars rerun event. Unlocks the third stage level 10, which is the unknown coordinates XB, which technically is Singularity F. Ishtar kind of confirms it. Everybody kind of confirms it. Even Angramanu himself kind of confirms that this is a Singularity F, but not really, because this is the Singularity X. And in Singularity X, it's called Unlimited Race Dead, where you find all the carcasses in the world, and its shell, which is Emiya, right? Emiya in the shell. Kind of like you have to beat 100 enemies and end it with when shell's defeated. Carcass gains attack, critical chance, curse, invincibility, stun, da 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 da. Right, because this allows his skill to upgrade from Annihilation Wish to the end of a fourth night. So this entirety of Singularity X, right, has been a interlude explanation ever since Angramanu's interlude, which is an upgrade. I can't remember exactly when this one came out, but Singularity X is so important because Angramanu specifically does say, hey, after everything's over, right? Singularity 7 and Lost Belt 7, he specifically says, come back to this place, which is Fuyuki. Why is this stream Dutch angle? Oh, you don't like my fucking screen angle, brother? I think it's pretty cool. Dude, I'm gonna shit my pants if it was all planned from Fuyuki day one. So, I'm assuming the beginning all the way through the ending was already planned out, okay? But the inside context definitely was not planned out. So, like, I'm gonna tell you, Nasu already planned FGO from beginning to an end. I think like up to here. All this shit, like season 1. Season 1 was planned, right? Season 2, it was planned, but it definitely was more of a LFG. So like, but this is all planned. This was planned. Right? Like that also includes like Ordeal Call. That shit was not planned. If you don't know what LFG is let's fucking go, right? It means they did it in the seat of their pants. So Nasu already had the beginning planned, season 1 planned, EOR, technically EOR was not by Nasu because it was made by other writers that Nasu kind of like oversaw. ER then in season 2, right? These were 100% seat of the pants, right? But the final chapter was probably pre-planned. It probably has additional shit to it, just because we added so much complexity to the lore. So the ending is a lot more beefier, I think, than Nasu anticipated. But if you read Melting Blood Back Alley, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, this ending was already in the premise. Low-key, I want Season 3 to be Operation Shooting Star. That would be so fucking lit. Because that means we get to find the other Lev in the Tsukihime timeline, and stop him from dying so we could use him to fucking shoot down the moon, aka Catadeus. That's not gonna happen. We literally have the old Solomon lines data mine from year one though. Yeah, that's why I said season one was planned. All season one was fucking planned. Nasu was playing the Dragon Quest and then Elden Ring in the meantime, which are identical to the Fault Solomon. That's why I said the ending was planned as well. What? Do you not fucking understand? The ending, the final chapter, and then like a couple other. I wouldn't say the grand battle was planned, but I'm pretty sure like the edging of the finale was planned, which talks about Char's data mine Solomon lines. Which, by the way, I bet you that yeah, I bet you that because LB6 fucking happened, he beef up the thing. Because remember, Pretender is an FGO exclusive class. So Nasu probably had the outline. He probably didn't see what he wrote currently coming. Probably not. Right? Because everybody knew from the get-go, after Singularity 7 was done and Temple of Time was over, we knew at one point, somewhere, somehow, we needed to get back to Singularity F. Like, even at that time. Right? Even in season 1, we knew that we had to go back to Singularity F. That was a thing from us theorists long time ago. And it also canonified it and confirmed it when Angra Mainyu got his upgrade, when you had to kill fucking the shell, which was Emiya. And so, I genuinely think season 1 was planned. Season 2 had an outline, but Nasu and the other team members was like, let's go. I want to go this. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to add this. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm going to add that. You know, mix it a little bit, break the game a little bit. Let me cook for about a year because fuck you, because I want to create the banger LB6 on planet Earth. And then all that jazz, right? And then Ordeal Call is to kind of gather, like kind of remind people of what a class is, understanding what the class does. Some of the pickups, like Dust of Osiris, busting out Lev, alter egos, and you know, kind of picking those last minute fragments up that was kind of hinted in FGO for a very long time. Ordeal Call to the waste bin inside of us slash you know, the concept of a trash bin got explained. Ordeal Call 3 was kind of like wrapping up BB shit. Wrapping up BB class. And then Ordeal Call 4, they, you know, wrapped up Ruler, they wrapped up Mash, they wrapped up Amakusa, which, unfortunate, by the way. Fucking Amakusa got fucking shafted hard like old Moriarty did. And then, you know, 6.5, you know, they got Moriarty, Sherlock Holmes, Trom, and the Specimen E, Subject E shenanigans, and the swapping of the bleachification of the Earth, and 6.5 explained a fuck ton. 5.5 was definitely kind of closing an end on a domain, right? Causing an end of a domain, and simultaneously kind of also proving that people can, like, people powerful enough can create a singularity into a lost belt, and essentially a singularity into a lost belt, and then you know, all that jazz. Nasu was playing all the Dragon Quest and Elden Ring in meantime. You saw the Elden Ring influence in the Riku's Gura Gura. That bitch put furry, what's his name? He literally put the furry dog into the Gura Gura saber to fight against Okitan. It was crazy. I mean, those chapters aren't optional, but it was a compromise to have people catch up. Oh yeah, like it's Ordeal Call was for people who didn't big brain this shit like 5 years ago to be like, oh, okay, so there's this fucking plot line that I might have missed that's kind of being picked up, right? Because Ordeal Calls 2's plot line was started all the way from the K&K collab into the Dante's Tower. Right, that shit, and then all the way into Temple of Time. That shit was a tight moon, set in stone concept that needed explanation for Pro Tag. And that got explained in a FGO wacky tacky way. By the way, Gura Gura ain't written by Nasu. So I'm gonna tell you, while it's not written by Nasu, this motherfucker definitely was Nasu's idea. It's better to just go event. Burn. Burn. Where the fuck was It's not Yamatai Teikoku, it's not Close Call. What the fuck is... Yeah, there we go. Yamatai Teikoku. Me to tell me this guy wasn't fucking Elden Ring reference? Hey, no shot. This came 100% because of Elden Ring. Don't fucking tell me that it's not, because you're wrong. Nasu went to fucking Ishida and said, my brother, you need to get this guy in your event. When did this event came out? This event came out in 2022. When did Elden Ring come out? February 25th. Yep. So it's definitely Elden Ring influence. So Elden Ring came out first, then Gura Gura came out. The Elden Ring came in February. February, at the end of February. This came in at the fucking end of whatchamacallit? End of Gura Gura Yamatai Teikoku 2022, which was in September. So that is over the 6 months plus limit, which means that Nasu fucking got influenced by it. Because if you remember, it takes about roughly 6 to 8 months to make the event. Nasu 100% fucking told this boy to make this look like that guy. And I can see the writer also played Elden Ring or Nasu went like it. It's a 100% fucking Nasu. Ain't no shot. Because Fukuchiko could have been anybody else, right? Because that is the sword, right? That is the sword that has been stabbed during Cities Al Kamo, right? Like, so technically his concept was there 2 years ago, right? But instead of it being humanoid, it was a little bit more like possessive demonic form. Because this is Kuchihiko right here. The Chihiko non-humanoid version was this. One day, chat. One day. One day, chat. One day. One day we shall have this. Donjo don't like you? What do you mean? I love my girl Donjo. My kawaii bomber terrorist. We'll get her on the Valentine's Day chat. We're gonna keep coping, Kappa. So these conversations, by the way, very interesting conversations for sure. Wonder if we can get letters. This feels like Lost Belt 5. Remember Lost Belt 5 Atlantis? This got that vibe. Which technically it's a third Ascension MP. By the way, this is a third Ascension MP Olga Murray busting out in. Dude, it's so depression too, chat. That the final Gura Gura, not Gura Gura, Fujimata Ritsuka doesn't understand is no longer with us. Season 3 is over, Dio. Feels bad, man. I like how people are like 10-year-old girl that's been abandoned now. Arise. And by the way, I believe this is was it this one? Can't remember. I think it was that one.人生の先、純真に戦士から戦いにおいて全ての飾りを振り払って運命としたの時、だいぶにしよう。我々は Yeah, pretty good. But we got some pretty good stuff, chat. Look, everybody. I do like the FGO Phantasm. Fucking Gudako eating Mana Prism Jelly with Rare Prism Jelly is crazy. And then you got Understanding with Manga just eating fuck ton of cupcakes. And then Wada Arco herself drew the pro tag. I don't know if you saw that. But yeah. Wada Arco drew one of the extra pro tag. Which was fucking insane. Which gives us a theory, right? It gives us a theory that we might have like a red situation in Fate Extra remake. Where, like, if we go to the right place after we beat the game or some shit like that, we get to fight Fujimaru. Hope for Bakudan Joe? Yes. I do. By the way, George, how popular is Bakudan Danjo? Like, what are you talking about? Like, Danjo as an IRL or Danjo as in, like, FGO? A lot of people love fucking Danjo. Not as Omi-san, right? She's not as lovable as Omi-san. But definitely Danjo is a lot of people's favorites. If you're talking about like historical wise, I mean, he is the bomb terrorist, right? Like he legitimately got forgiven by Nobu, I think like 3 times because he was a bomber terrorist, but the 3rd time he got kaput by Nobu. So, I mean, he was kind of a boomer bomber and saying killing people was badass. Which one was the Rubata Nua Gudako and which one was the Mortel Elesta Gouda? Oh, I had to find the whole fucking thingy. There was a somebody gave us the yeah, there we go. So I believe that's Seraphix, Salem, Shinjuku. It is that one Agartha? I'm pretty sure this one was Agartha. And then you've got the cooking one. Then you got the Wada Arco one. I think this is the movie one. And then that was the Mortella. There's a, and then we got the OG. We got the OG. And then the last one here, by the way, this one's Wada Arco. This one's Wada Arco. Actually, I do not remember which one's which. There is somebody that told us who's who. And by the way, Gouda Carnival, the meme. Let's see. Oh, I can't find it. I'm pretty sure I had it in one of my likes. But I don't know if I remember. Yeah, by the way, the person who wrote the Talos Rureta busted out the wing, baby. Busted out the wing emoji. Fucking tonight. Pretty good. Let's see. Can I find it, Dio? I don't know if I can find it, chat. Oh yeah, somebody made the Gurako one IRL, very cute. Also the reminiscence of the summer camp, very cute. Did you find it? I'm looking for it. I don't know if I will be able to find it. I guess I can't find it, chat. Feels bad, man. And look at all them grands, chat. Kind of wild. Not my cat, I'm passing out. Yeah, that was great, dude. The fact that they had the detonating choker on him was a nice touch. Because that shit was a thing ever since 6.5, so... Glad to see they're still... Unironically, like, the canon is still followed in the mystery Gura Gura, which is awesome. Also, with the interaction with Shuten and Ibaraki from last episode. 10 out of 10. Whatever Olga is holding is the thing that is on the starting screen of the game, right? Yes, that is correct. That is the third Ascension MP, Olga. Do you know if Matsuda Danjo was popular in Japan? Because the probability of getting her might depend on that. Oh, a lot of JP people loved her when she fucking came out. Like, people were sad that we couldn't gotcha for her, including myself. Which Gouda is next to Manga Gouda? It's been too far gone, my son. I'm sorry, Hige sorry. How can you tell which Fujimaru is which? I remember most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. Yeah, by the way, chat, her crying like this, and then there's an entire dialogue talking about human foolishness and whatnot, is the same sequence where you witnessed her in the song in the season 2 part 2 song. Even bought you. So also, yeah, speaking of FGO manga, dude, Rio did some next level whatchamacallit. Rio went instant fucking Giga Braid. You say this shit? It says, I'm sorry, director. By the way, she's holding Katadeus. It says, this is all for the sake of FGO. And she throws Katadeus back to the OG, So, in the understanding with manga, okay? Currently, there's 2 Olgas and 2 Mash and 2 Fujimarus. And right now, in order to get the timeline straight, OG Gudako, right here, right? OG Gudako has to slam Katadeus into secondary Modusberry. Not Modusberry. Secondary director, right? Olga Murray, in order for the timeline to stable. However, because this is a second timeline and Protag is caught somewhere distracted, the second Protag, Mash gets in front of Mash gets in front of Olga Murray, and fucking Mash, OG Mash, is like, wait, you gotta get out of the way, me. It says, oh my god, Mash Cross director is so wholesome, such ship. And people are like, man, what's the next level fucking shit's about to happen, huh? It says, yeah, in reality, you're supposed to watch that shit like you couldn't do anything, like a fucking dried stick. It says, if I was a little closer, I would have done the same thing. And so in Rio's story, okay? In Rio's story, Katadeus collided with Mash. And the story is called Humanity's Shield. So, in a weird way, the question is Rio cooking? Is Rio cooking? Is this how FGO is gonna end? Right? Makes you wonder. Because remember, Rio made endings and comic jokes that she was not allowed to showcase so early in the manga. Okay? Because Nasu literally said, hey, Rio, you're spoiling FGO. So, unironically, this panel could be the spoiler. Where the shield of humanity, which is MASH, collides to Katadeus to save Olga Murray and to save everybody. Is it it's 5-head. 100% 5-head. It's crazy. Because remember, Rio is such a memer, we don't know when she's joking. She's such a memer that, like us, right? Protag slamming Katadeus at the first mash would actually solve this Singularity F problem in a weird way. So I wonder, I'm excited for the next week's chapter because unironically, before the next week, we get to figure out what happens in the FGO game, and then she'll probably draw the conclusion based on that, like 2 months later. So I'm very excited to see what they're about to bust them out real soon. But yeah, it's been fun chat, but unfortunately, I do gotta go. I am tired. 3 hours of streaming is too much for me right at the moment. Thank you guys so much for coming. Greatly appreciate it. To love got to sleep. That is correct. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, YouTube, Discord. Make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe. If you got any questions, don't forget to don't hesitate to ask them. And I will see you either A, tomorrow playing League, if everything goes accordingly, or you won't see me streaming until Saturday night, because that's when FGO is gonna get their final chapter ready. Okay, Tom, once again, thanks for coming back, brother. Zug, thanks so much for the resub and the surprise Bitterino jump scare. I appreciate you. See you all later. I just got here. What you mean, Zug? You were here like 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago plus, Dial. But yeah, sadly, I don't have the mental capacity. Currently, I don't have the mental capacity to stream more than 3 hours. So, thank you guys so much for coming. Like I said, I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. And if I am streaming tomorrow, you'll probably see me stream League. If not, we'll talk more about this FGO shenanigans as well, because theory crafting is the funnest part of FGO. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye! And also, I'm going to figure out how much copy strike I got from the background music.